You know, it wasn't too long ago. It was summer 2021, and as we dove into the transfer window, the football journalists began their wildest speculations. Nothing was off the limit. Every transfer and every player was linked to a different club. It was wild, dude. That being said, I was pretty sure that Messi would stay at Barcelona and Cristiano Ronaldo would stay at Juventus. Yeah, that didn't happen, did it? Fast forward to this day, none of us would have believed that Messi would be in PSG today, playing with his arch nemesis Sergio Ramos. And Ronaldo? Well, he would literally do a U-turn from Manchester City to sign for the Red Side of Manchester. What I'm trying to say is that strange things happen all the time. So when it comes to football transfers, nothing's really off the limit. And speaking of Ronaldo, he didn't really have the happiest of reunions with Manchester United, did he? Matter of fact, he's put in a transfer request and is looking for suitable projects that match his own ambitions. Chelsea and Bayern have been linked with Ronaldo for some time now. Even Barcelona of all clubs was mentioned in a wild rumor. Seriously, I feel like we should have a wild meter on these rumors. But then again, we never thought Sergio Ramos and Messi would play in the same team, did we? And honestly, I don't really know where would Ronaldo end up. Who knows? Maybe he'll actually end up staying at United. So today, I'm gonna play a tiny bit of fantasy football. I'm gonna link Ronaldo to my Milan. Longtime viewers of the channel know that I'm a Milan fan. And hey, we can all dream, right? For the record, I'm totally on top of every transfer rumor regarding Milan. And let me tell you something, there's literally zero hint of a move for multiple reasons. But I will let you know. At the time of recording this video, the number 7 jersey hasn't been officially assigned to anyone. Although new signing Yassin Adli's been wearing it for the preseason. So who knows? Maybe there's a tiny chance? Anyway, with Old Heart Rossonero, we're gonna explore the possibility of having Ronaldo at Milan. And let me tell you, we're gonna have two different opinions about the subject. So this is an interesting debate. And who better than my boy Old Heart Rossonero to have this debate with? After all, he's a Milan fan channel with a heavy focus on Milan and Italian football in general. So go ahead and show him some love. And yes, that's my best attempt at drawing him. He's a very hard guy to draw. But hey, I promise I'll get it right next time. We're gonna talk about the good and the bad of having Ronaldo at Milan and everything in between. This is also the first time that I'm coming in front of the camera, so I guess consider this a face reveal for the channel. But the question is, would we take Cristiano to our Milan? Well, to do that, we gotta talk about what would Cristiano Ronaldo bring to Milan, both in blessings and in burdens. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you are. If you sign Cristiano Ronaldo, it gives a certain prestige to your club, a certain legitimacy to the project that's going on in the club. And even though Milan's history is littered with superstars, Milan is by no means an exception to that rule. A player of Ronaldo's caliber would bring a lot of eyeballs to the young project of Milan.
Cristiano Ronaldo, it is number one, the most followed person on Instagram. So definitely can have a huge influence in Milan. Especially because it's a very young project, but I believe that there is a little bit like need a step up, you know, to become something worldwide. And a name, a brand like Cristiano Ronaldo definitely can bring a lot of this idea behind. It could be perfect for selling a lot of jersey. It could be a very much like an incredible market transfer. Like a little bit old school, like Berlusconi era, when Silvio Berlusconi used to buy players towards the end of their career, like David Beckham, like Ronaldinho. They buy these players like they because they know their names sells a lot. I think Cristiano Ronaldo can add that old-fashioned way to do Milan, and of course he can. You know, us supporters, we're gonna love it, man.
And you know what comes with the eyeballs and the exposure of having Cristiano Ronaldo at Milan? Money. And a lot of it. But on top of all that, it also brings a certain legitimacy to the new owners of Milan. For the unaware, Milan's at the final stages of being legally taken over by the Redbird Group. And more often than not, new owners announce themselves with a flashy gift, just to get the fans and investors on their side. And when it comes to PR, I don't think there's anything above signing Messi or Ronaldo, especially for a team that just won the league. But do you think, in your heart of hearts, in that Old Heart Rossonero of yours, there's a tiny bit of hint that this new ownership can bring him as a gift, as their hey, we have arrived and this is our guy.
And they are Americans, you know. Americans, they want to do big things. They're not here to play
point.
small. They're not here to play small. So they come with the ACDC, arriving with the helicopters and saying, hey, we arrived. So you never know, man. You never know. I mean,
isn't that how Berlusconi arrived? With helicopter and with who was it? There was a famous song in that. I forgot the song. It was I forgot the song, but isn't that how Berlusconi arrived? Like it was the helicopter with what? Anyway. That being said, there's a question of where would Cristiano Ronaldo fit in Milan tactically? After all, Milan won the Scudetto with only the 4th best attack in the league. So that's a department that could use some boost, right? And with an engine room run by Sandro Tonali and Ismail Ben Nasser covering every blade of the grass, it's a no-brainer, right? Well, as it turns out, it's not as simple as that. As amazing as it would be, real life is not FIFA or Football Manager. Although, I gotta say, this move makes perfect sense in video games. Milan plays with a variation of 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, and there's a couple of positions that you could argue Ronaldo could fit in. There's the left wing, where Rafael Leao plays, and then there's the number 9 position, where Olivier Giroud mostly played last season. You could argue that we could fit him in the number 9 slot. That would be the easy option, right? After all, if there's one player that shouldn't be sacrificed, it's Rafael Leao, who was Serie A's MVP of the year last season with 11 goals and 10 assists. That would leave the number 9 spot for Cristiano. And honestly, that would be a brilliant solution if we were playing FIFA. But again, there's a lot more context to real life football than just shoving a player in a position. If there's one thing we could judge the present, it's from the past. And from what we've seen, he clearly doesn't like to play in that number 9 spot. We've all seen that during his time at Juventus, both under Allegri and Maurizio Sarri, which only leaves us with the left wing spot currently occupied by Rafael Leao. So what would then happen to Rafael Leao?
Can Leao play with Cristiano Ronaldo? Of course, Cristiano Ronaldo can play with anybody. Can he play all the Serie A matches? Maybe not. I saw sometimes this season that Pioli was asking to Leao to play on the other side. Maybe Cristiano Ronaldo can play as well on the other side. They can constantly switch. You never know. Maybe Cristiano Ronaldo can play as a forward striker. You know, Giroud is out, Ibra is out, Origi is not ready yet. You put Cristiano Ronaldo there. Why not? So Leao is gonna love it of course Leao is gonna love it if Cristiano Portuguese.
Of course, he's Portuguese as well. Yeah.
Exactly. So of course, yeah, absolutely. I think he's gonna take it well, and everyone is gonna love it. Of course.
Give me a percentage. What's the percentage of him coming to Milano? Like for me, it's 0.
No, 0 now. 0 now.
Yeah, not even 0. Like no, absolute 0.
Idea,
like anything is possible.
Anything is possible in today's football. Everything is possible. I'm not saying 0. I'm saying there's always, 5%. I would say 5.
Yeah, oh, that's a lot of percent, by the way. That's a lot of percentage. That's a lot of confidence. I like that. Yes. I like that confidence. Well, as you can see, my boy Old Heart Rossonero is quite optimistic on this solution. He's actually quite in favor of having Cristiano Ronaldo at Milan. That being said, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate here and offer the other point of view, one that's not as positive. After all, for all the good that Cristiano Ronaldo brings to your team, having Ronaldo does come with its own set of problems, as we've seen during his time at Juventus and his return back to United. I recently made a video about his time at Juventus just a while ago. Feel free to check it out, but only after watching this one. Having Cristiano Ronaldo means that you're gonna have to make him the main man, not one of the pillars, no, the man. He's gonna be the centerpiece of your project, the centerpiece of your tactics, and probably the centerpiece of your whole club. It will be about Ronaldo's interest first and Milan's interest second. And to give credit to Ronaldo, even at 37, more often than not, he often finds the solutions to the problems that his presence causes. But at the end of the day, would you want to have that kind of dependency on someone who's going to turn 38 soon? And I know we're not talking about a regular 38-year-old, but the fact of the matter is, Ronaldo is not a spring chicken anymore. And not to mention, for someone who would probably stay 1 or 2 seasons, we need to think about life after Ronaldo as well. ALL. And because of the dependency that Ronaldo would require, there will be a void when he leaves a team. Literally every single team that Ronaldo left after Sporting Lisbon suffered what I would call a post-Ronaldo hangover. United in 2009-2010 season, Real Madrid in 2018-19, and Juventus literally in the past season. And that of course is because it's hard to replace that number of goals and assists in one transfer window. It's a lot of commitment for a short-term deal, the kind of short-term deals that hurt Milan in the past, especially if he keeps asking for the astronomical salary that he's currently on, which is a money that could be invested elsewhere. To be honest with you, for all the expense that he requires, the ROI of this move would have been better if he could stay long-term. Milan's football project got to the current position through 2.5 years of work and patience, led by the one and only Paolo Maldini. And while this young project is not perfect yet, and still needs to go through further evolutions, it would be a massive shame to throw such a massive wrench that can potentially disturb the direction of this Milan project. And while I'm blessed to have witnessed the greatness of Cristiano Ronaldo during my lifetime, as I did with Messi, I'm not really in favor of this move, because of all the baggage that comes with Ronaldo, both on and off the pitch. I don't know when this video would come out, but something tells me that he's gonna stay at Manchester United. And that's because all the other clubs are settled with their options. I feel like he's gonna end up playing the last season of his contract at United. And who knows, maybe even win the Europa League, the only international club trophy that he hasn't won yet. It'll be interesting how and where would the transfer saga of Ronaldo end.